Hey y'all, sprinkle. How are y'all today? I'm in disguise, as you can see. Anyway, y'all like my disguise? How are y'all this morning? Is it morning or afternoon where y'all are? I guess I'll take the glasses off so you guys can see me. So, less is more. Less is more. And I'm not talking about money, and I'm not talking about style. I'm talking about less. The less you give them attention, the more attention they give you. So, the least amount of attention that you give them, the more amount of attention that they give you. So, less, remember that. I know when a lot of you ladies get into relationships and it's, in that phase where you're always texting and talking to each other and things like that. You don't do too much in that time. Allow it to lengthen. That means don't talk too much in the beginning. Don't text too much in the beginning. Don't FaceTime too much in the beginning. Don't do any of that stuff because a lot of times people are always telling too much, even if they're not really saying too much at all. So, less is more. Sprinkle. Now, if you already have a boyfriend or a husband or whatever, it depends on how long you've been with them, how much you choose to communicate or attention that you give them. So it all depends on your personal relationship with them. Sprinkle. So that's why I always tell you guys to have more than one so that you don't get caught up on just one person. The reason why I'm telling y'all that is because so many women get caught up on one person. And then that one person is like, okay, you told me everything and now I know everything about you. I really don't care. You're doing too much. The next thing that may happen, I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying the next thing that may happen they may get bored because you're doing too much. So that's why you have to have more than one in order to, if you are a person that likes to communicate or talk to people, or if you're a social person, then definitely need more than one, or you need friends, or you need something like a job or something to keep you busy. But if you, whatever it is that you need to keep your mind less, attentive to someone, then that's what you need. Sprinkle. You said 3 minimum. Or you can, you don't allow yourself to get too close or attached. Sprinkle. Okay. So that's how you do that. And less is more also when you're speaking to someone. Don't always give them every detail. Don't always talk too much. Don't write a whole paragraph. Like a lot of you guys on the Patreon are writing entire paragraphs that I don't even read because they're way too long. Y'all are giving me too many things that I don't need to know. So therefore, I'm just reading literally the last sentence, the first and the last sentence, and then everything else is like, I don't really need that much information. So less is more. Okay. Sprinkle. Yeah, I don't need to know the life story. I don't need to know all that other stuff. If all you got to say, a lot of times y'all keep putting the ages in there. If y'all are putting anything under the age of 45, they're too young. Sprinkle. Okay. So sprinkle, sprinkle. You said finally caught alive. Yes. I watch lives all the time, except they're not like live videos like this. I like the ambiance vibes. So it makes it's a mood. It's a mood. So I don't know like when you guys ask me questions, if you know how you should get a man to do this and how you should get a man to do that, y'all are asking too much. You don't need to tell them specifically what anything is for. You just need to tell them what you need. It doesn't even have to be the truth. You just have to specifically say what you need and let their imaginations work. If you get too precise, they're going to give you exactly what you asked for or less. That's why you keep it a little bit, vague, so that they don't know how much you need or they don't know what you need. It's up to them to show you, what it is that. Sorry, it's up to you to show them what they show. It's up to them to show you what they have or how much they want to give. And that way that way you can feel like, okay, well, if that's how they are naturally, then I know I need another one, or I know I need more than one. So y'all are sitting there wasting a lot of energy trying to figure out how to get money from one person. And they keep telling you without telling you that they're not going to give you what you were wanting. Okay. So another thing is you have to make sure that you are smart and you know how to ask or mention or hint around about what it is you want or need or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you're unable to do that, then don't even try to ask or hint around at all, because it's going to make you look like you're trying to manipulate, but you're not that good at it. Okay. There's nothing worse than listening to a woman who's trying to manipulate you and she sucks at it and she's terrible at it. She don't even know what she's doing and she's struggling in that manipulation. You can't manipulate someone if you're unable to first get it together in your mind, write it down, and make sure it works on someone else first. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You got to make sure you know how to manipulate and you don't sound like you're trying, but and confidence has a lot to do with manipulation too. If you're confident that you can get someone to do what you need them to do, manipulation is easy. Okay. And manipulation is not always a bad thing. Not unless it's to do something bad, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So you got to make sure you're allowing yourself the time to create how you're going to ask or hint or clue around as to what you like. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because when a lot of you girls talk and y'all ask in the comments, y'all are saying, well, I said that y'all sound like y'all just got out of high school and y'all didn't get any life skills. And no one taught you anything when y'all are trying to get money from these guys. When y'all are asking for hair, nail money, and all that kind of stuff. It sounds like that y'all lived in the bad part of town and didn't get no life skills. So what I'm trying to say is try to find a classier way to ask for money or to hint around that you need money, where it doesn't look like you're an irresponsible person. And I've said this so many times in other videos. If you look irresponsible, if you sound like you're struggling to figure out how to get money, it's going to be a total turnoff from a guy. Because I know I'd be turned off just by the questions. I'm like, I wouldn't give you no money either, girl. So it's an art. There's an art to this. So practice. Okay. You literally need to practice. So for example, let's say you want to go to something that's coming to town, right? Like, let's say you want to go somewhere and you want tickets somewhere. right? So you don't ask for the tickets. You don't say, oh, such and such is coming into town. You say someone invited you to there, but they have bad tickets and you don't really like them, but you really want to go. So that means you don't even need the tickets because you already got a ticket. So the guy is like, you know what? How about I get us tickets and we go together? That way you don't have to go with that person you don't like and we can get better seats. Yes. And then guess what? You're exactly where you want to go. So you don't make it like, "Oh, there's something that I want to go," unless you've been in a relationship with that person a long, long time and you already know they're going to say yes, then you could ask however you like. If it's someone new that you're, whatever, then you got to do what you got to do. You got to tell them. Make it seem like that they're doing you, like they're like leveling you up, or like they're trying to impress you somehow. So either way, you didn't ask. You were already going to where you wanted. Now they're going to offer you something better. Okay, sparkle, sparkle. So you said I'm so unserious with this cat. I know, it's cut and paste from the last video. Unserious. Y'all like that word, unserious? I'm gonna have to put that one in my notes so I can copy and paste the two words. Yes. Okay. Anyway, I'm about like okay. I'm gonna since anyway. I'm just gonna keep talking because I'm not really reading the comments anyway. Okay. So doing less, getting more. Also, you never know who other people know. You never know who other people know and who they can introduce you to. You never know. You may be surprised sometimes if you like date someone or go out with someone or go out with some friends or whatever. They may know someone that could totally be like, you know what, I really like her. Who's that? Da, 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 da. So you never know. That's why sometimes a lot of you ladies always say, well, should I date this guy for his connections, or should I date this guy because of who he knows or who he may have met and stuff like that. So sometimes, yes, you can. You can definitely do that. As long as you are respectful and not, being rude about it. So sprinkle, sprinkle. Remember not to chase. You never chase anybody. Never chase. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So also in the beginning of any type of relationship, instead of asking for a lot of small things, ask for major things. Okay. That way you don't have to build up to it unless the small thing is sort of expensive. Like I know a lot of you girls are always telling me in the comments, should you tell him you want flowers or perfume on the first date or something like that? Don't give him a time limit. Just say, I love flowers. I love perfume. It's like my weakness. So if you give them those types of words with it, they'll be like, weakness. So they're more likely to go purchase you something that is your weakness. That means you're going to let your guard down easier with them, or you're going to like them more if they give you certain things. So use certain keywords or use certain phrases to tell them without telling them to do something. So, or like if you need something way bigger, and when they say, you know what, I like you, you're fun, da, 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 da. It's like, no, I like you too. You seem like the kind of man that would just, take a woman on a shopping spree for no reason. And I really like that about you. You done already put it on him. You done already told him who he was. And then when you squeeze his little arm tight and you lean in, he's gonna be the type of man that's gonna take you on a shopping spree. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So make sure you allow yourself to be more creative. Allow yourself to know, you know, never be afraid to lose something that you don't already have. So always make sure that you're, you know, doing less to get more. Because some of y'all be waiting months and weeks and stuff for stuff. Well, you don't have to. Okay. Some of y'all asking me, well, it's been 2 months since, or it's been a month since, girl, y'all been waiting too long. Y'all need to start talking. I need to start saying stuff. If y'all don't, y'all still gonna be waiting. I like action. That's one thing that most women like in a man is action. I'm not gonna sit around and pretend that we're in high school and have to go on 20 dates before you buy me a gift. No. Or do something financial. So I'm telling you guys, you just have to work it into the conversation. You have to work it into whatever you're saying and however you think or feel or perceive that person to be. Okay. And think about this. If it were the opposite, if a guy were to say, ma'am or lady, you look like the type of woman that could give a really good massage. Yes. Or you look like the type of woman that looks like that they're really passionate or something like that. It's going to make you want to be whatever that is because someone else thinks you're that already. So you always lead with telling a man who you think or he is, even if he ain't, he'll more try to reach that status if you tell him you already think he's that way. Now he has to uphold something that he's you know may not have originally been, but now he is. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What is considered cheating? Nothing, ma'am, unless you're married. And then married people cheat all the time. So is that even a question anymore, y'all? Like, why do you have to ask that question anymore? I think that question should be banned since everybody cheats now. Scrap it. All right. What is the age gap between you and your husband? A large age gap. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Ooh. I look like a man that likes to suck toes. Ooh, girl, why would you? I wouldn't want nobody sucking on my toes, man. I'm sorry. And not because my toes are gross, but because I don't know, like I don't want. That's just nasty. Don't suck on my toes. It's just funny though. How do you ask a man for money if we have been off and on lately? It shouldn't matter. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They should be they should want to give you something. How do you ask a man for? Okay, I already read that one. How do you keep an older man from trying so hard to show me I'm not in control? By pretending like you are letting him think he's in control. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hmm. The more you allow a man to think he's in control, the more you control you have over him. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because then he's not doubting it. If he doubts it and he doesn't feel in control, then I'm sure he'll figure it out. How can you ask for money? How do I ask him for money? Okay, this is y'all ask. Watch the beginning of the video because I'm tired of repeating it. But sprinkle, sprinkle. So the best way to get him in is to suggest that he's already going to do what you need him to do. Suggest that he's already going to do what you need him to do. That's it. All you gotta do is say, you know what? I already know you're gonna take care of me. I already know you're gonna pay these bills. I already know you're a good type of guy like that. I already know you love to spoil your women. I already know you like to give everything that they would ever want. That's just the kind of guy you are. I can tell. Now what I want to know is, are you blah 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 blah. So you already tell them who they are. And once you tell them who they think that's who they are. Then you're in control. So just like that, boop, 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 hat switch. Because you just told them who they were. That's it. So when you tell someone who they are, they believe you. Okay. Yeah, I am that. That's right. I do that. I do that. Yes. How do you know? I'm gonna do it now. That's what they're gonna think. So you let them think they're in charge for a few seconds. You tell them who they are, because now they think they're giving off that vibe, and they can't take it back because they you can't be in control if you ain't no boss. You can't do boss moves. Sprinkle, sprinkle, and then you'll be able to fix your hair too after you wear all them caps and collect what's yours. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's what I'm saying. So less is more. Okay. You said the power of mind games. Exactly. I got lots of hats too. How long should you wait to let him have sex with you? What do you mean let him have sex? Let? Well, all your bills paid, your car notes paid, you got everything you want. You've been shopping a couple times. What else? You done paid a couple of months, taking you out, done the stuff you want to do. You think he's earned it? Whenever you think he's earned it, that's when. Or whenever you think that if he leaves after, you totally got the better end of the deal because you got jewelry, clothes, money, and all this stuff out of it. Or you get to keep all of that. That ain't guy who takes you on trips and dates, but won't buy you gifts or give you money what to do. Tell him he's the type of guy who takes you on trips and gives you money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because that's what I do. You kind of guys gonna do whatever I ask, and I tell them. Oh, it's power of suggestion. I better start to use that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Yes, so you have to have more than one. Gotta have more than one, ma'am. If one fall off, the other one got it. The other one got a smooth transition. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, are relationships in college worth it or a waste? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know. Ask anybody that's in college. Because uh, I feel it's the same as high school. Is the relationships in a high school worth it? Okay. Hmm. He asked if you didn't text him for 2 weeks to see how he's doing. Is he trying to chase him? Um, no, like it depends on what kind of like the relationship. Did you just meet him or do you know him? Because if you just met him, the man's supposed to be chasing. If you known him a while, he needs that type of attention, and you're not giving it to him, and he's not texting you first or whatever, whatever. Then why should you think about him if he ain't think about you? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how you should think. Okay, I skipped one. Hold on. Ah, are relationships in college worth it or a waste? Are they paying bills, ma'am? Any relationship that is not beneficial to you, or any sorry, any relationship that's not doing anything is waste. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you need to don't ask me about college, ladies. Don't ask me about college because when I was in college, I was all dating old people already. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I ain't finna waste my time on no youngsters unless they're friends or something like that. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do whatever you like to do in your own spare time. Oh, he says you're a model. He's a politician. Should you keep him around as an investment girl? You're a model and he's a politician. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't ask me about no younger provider being. Get the money or don't. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, you said I skipped the question? Did you pay? Is it a super chat? Okay. Okay, I see it now. You had a provider dude younger than you and did something you didn't like. You cut him off. We're back talking. You're talking now? And he got more what? The only thing I can tell you is that have more than one, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You always need more than one. That's you'll always have issues. I gotta have more than one, be able to switch it up when you need to. I mean, if y'all know how to do that. We went to stores, but he didn't buy you nothing, even though you said what you like. He said too transactional. Girl, when they start talking about transactional, I'm talking about to somebody else. Body and sparkle, sparkle. Okay. It seems too transactional. Well, guess what? This man over here don't care. You know what I'm saying? He'll give me more. I'll take more. So it just depends on the type of person you're with. And like I said, you got to make it seem like it's their idea, or otherwise, or tell them who they are. Before you went shopping, you should have said you look like the kind of guy that will just spend and let his girl get whatever she wants, or let his woman get whatever she wants. And then you like hugging on him and walking through the mall with him like this. And he's gonna do it. He ain't gonna talk about no transaction. He's gonna do whatever you want him to do. So stop just like going there expecting him to do because he's feeling manipulated. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, if you're gonna manipulate, do it to where they can't tell. Okay, or do it to make them think it's their idea. That isn't about being materialistic. No, you're on the wrong channel. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all need to go find a relationship coach. I'm not that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't care about any of that stuff that doesn't have to do with you getting something that you are trying with you accomplishing something. Like my channel is for women who are not trying to find love and da, da, da. They're trying to find a way to what they want. So for example, if it takes a man to give you money in order for you to start a business or to invest or to do whatever you need to do with that money, instead of going out and working for 20 years and never getting that lump amount of money in one fell swoop because you're struggling, then this is the best way to do so. I'm not a relationship coach. I don't care about relationships. The reason why is because anybody can have a relationship. It's called acting. Okay. But what most people can't do is get what they want in life faster through the means of someone else, through the money of someone else, through this of someone else. It's a shortcut. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Well, good for him, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I'm glad that he's doing things for you, but I'm not going on no trip till bill is paid. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They always want to take you on a trip. Take you on a trip. Take me on a trip after all bills paid, man. Take on a trip after everything is how I like it. Okay. Now, like I said, this channel is not for relationships. It's not for love. It's not for any of that. I'm trying to help y'all. If y'all are looking for that, y'all need to go find another channel that's going to show you how to properly get placed as a doormat, but not this one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. So, and men know this too. Men know this. Men depend on women to be stupid enough to fall for the okey doke and allow themselves to not know any better. So, for me, look, you got to give me this, you got to do that, you got to take your shopping, you got to pay all these bills, you got to do this, you got to do that. You got to do all this. I'm getting something out of it. I'm not just going to sit there and give. I'm getting something out of it. I'm going to get more out of it than the other person, but I'm going to do less. I'm going to work less. Okay. So y'all need to start trying to figure out how to get more or less. That's what I do. So if you're a doormat, you can pretend to be a doormat and make them feel guilty about it and exploit that fact so that they can give you more. Okay, so depending on how you're using whatever technique that you're using, always get something out of it that you want. Okay. So for example, when I tell someone, oh, you're not very nice and you know, you're not treating me like I want to be treated. Da, da, da. So not really feeling this. So then they start to act better. Okay. Just start to act better. Hmm. How can you ask a man if he doesn't talk much to you? He's so busy at work. Just mention it when he's not busy for 2 seconds and remind him how busy he really is. And that by giving you the money or buying you something, it's the way that he compensates for being so busy. So you got to act like you're not wanting to take up any of his time. So, do you have a second? I know you're super busy, but there's this really nice thing that I really like. And if you just, yeah, okay, I get it. I know you're busy. I'm so sorry for interrupting. I didn't know when to talk to you. Okay, you just gonna give you the whatever because I do it all the time. And that's why I go shopping. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So if you interrupt them at the wrong moment, they're more likely to say yes so they can hurry up and get you out of the way. Sure, fine, whatever. Here. So, how do you get money from a guy that might not be in your tax bracket? Girl, I don't worry about no tax bracket. As long as they got more, sprinkle, sprinkle. Or as long as they're generous and giving more, whatever. Or you never know who else they know. Like I said, connections. You might meet someone else. All right. So if a man doesn't spoil you, leave him. Well, that's why you have other men to spoil you if that's what you want. If one is paying bills and one is spoiling, and you can't get one to spoil and pay bills, then guess what? You got two. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, I know a lot of men don't like this. A lot of men do not like when I say that because why? Because it makes them look less than. So don't say it around them. Just do what you got to do. Hmm. You said the first mistake you see is men aren't hip to these types of games. That's why you got to pick an ugly one or one that doesn't really like you. I mean, one that really likes you, so they won't care if you're manipulating them. As long as you're good at the manipulation, that's all that matters. Most men already know that you're manipulating them or doing whatever. So if they're older or less attractive, it's easier for them not to care whether you're manipulating them. So that's why I do that. And as soon as you're done, you might not have to manipulate the next person. You know, some people you need to manipulate. Some people will just give you what you want. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. So I always look. I'm gonna get what I want. Always. You said why handsome men are not loyal. The handsome men are like they have to hurry up and go and have fun with a lot of different women because when they start hitting a certain age, y'all know how men always say when a woman hits a certain age, she's not valuable or worth anything anymore. Men have to do the same thing. But instead of their looks, they have to use their money. So if they're handsome and broke, they only got about up until they're about 40 years old to stay handsome and broke. Because once you're broke after 40, handsome don't matter. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So they got to the age of 40 to go do what they got to do. When they start hitting 40, they start looking like that crackhead in the club. That's what it's going to look like. So after the age of 40, you're no longer cute. Not especially if you're not spending. You ain't spending no money. You just look like a loser. All right. Like when people mature at a certain age, a man's looks don't really matter unless he has money. Unless he got money. You could be the cutest thing. They got cute waiters serving ugly men with beautiful women. Okay. They got cute waiters serving ugly men and pretty women. Why? Because that's the formula. And the formula, it's like y'all cute guys, if y'all are approaching 40, y'all better approach some money. Get you some money from somewhere. Not here, but somewhere else. So otherwise, you're going to be making excuses when someone asks you what you do for a living. What do you do for a living? You, you know. So make sure you get that money before you get 40. If you don't, you're gonna be mad at yourself. That's why you see a lot of these guys talking trash and all upset and in their feelings on them other channels because they didn't get that memo on that how they need more money after a certain age. And then that's why they get mad and try to talk trash and say that women need, to do more, or women, when they get a certain age, they're not valuable anymore, or they don't want to date you because you're a certain age, because they can't, because they don't have the money. You can't date you if they can't afford to date you. Okay. If you can't afford to date a woman over a certain age, it's because you didn't reach your potential in life, sir. Don't get bad. Get some money. Find a way to find some money over there. All them guys together, y'all could be talking about how to get paid instead of why y'all are the way y'all are and why women don't like you. Mm-hmm. What? Okay. When you see a handsome man, his girlfriend paying for everything. Not unless you got another one. How do you how do you make wig stay with the hair? Hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It just depends on how you put your hair up under the wig. It just depends. Everybody got their own method. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A man told me guys his age make 100 to 300K. Does that mean he is barely making six figures? Doesn't mean he's making that at all. Sounds like he's skimming over the question with a statistic. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, that would be the answer I would give if I didn't want to tell you how much I made. So I would say a man my age or a woman my age or whatever my age makes this much money. That doesn't mean that's what I'm making. So it's a trick. So I wouldn't even believe. Well, there's nothing to believe there because guess what? He didn't tell you an answer. So yeah, I wouldn't. I would be like, yeah. So how much do you make? What was there someone who gave you advice? What when you were younger? I mean, a lot of people that I knew back in those days, everybody was, trying to get money. Everybody. Like you didn't date broke. You can't date broke in the 90s unless you're in high school or in junior high. 90s was a very materialistic era. Okay. That's when all the songs shifted from like mid 90s, all the songs shifted from like gangster and silly stuff and like love stuff to money. Okay. All like y'all go listen to some mid 90s rap, early late to mid 90s rap. It's all about money. Okay. So during that time, I didn't need advice from anybody. Everywhere you went, you could hear it, the songs. Okay. The songs were telling y'all, get that money, sprinkle, sprinkle. So, and today, in this day and age, I don't know what them songs tell y'all because I can't understand them. They're talking about, you know, they could be telling you something and you don't even know it. Some kind of weird language. So they were telling us to get our money, period. Our mind was created from the music we liked, the music we danced to, the videos that they had out, and they were like, okay, get your money. So that's all they talked about. But so they wasn't sitting on TikTok trying to learn some dances and do some stupid tricks. They was out there getting money for real. And it was like, you know what, let's go. Hmm. He said now they talk about booty and drugs. Exactly. Okay. See, the mentality or the mindset or the mentality or whatever y'all have, if it's not a priority to get some money, it's not going to be your priority to get some money. So that's why as soon as you meet somebody, that must be your purpose. If no one offers you anything for free or wants to do something for you, when you first talk to them or meet them, you're not presenting yourself right or you're not speaking whatever you're trying to accomplish. That's why you need to do that. And another thing that they used to do in the old days, and it's not that old, girl, I'm not that old. They used to lead with allowing the person to feel wealthy and allowing the person to feel like they have something in order to make them more aware to get more. So they would give less, but give more compliments, or they would give you less money. Let's say if you were let's say if you were employed somewhere, they would be like, you know what, you are doing such a good job here. I can see you in about a year and a half, with a salary increase and right. And so that makes the person want to work more and do more and have more confidence. And when you have more confidence, you might not even stay at that job. You may go apply somewhere else because that person just gave you confidence enough in yourself to say, well, then if that's my value, let me go apply at another job with higher pay. See, a lot of people don't like going somewhere with higher pay because no one gave them the confidence to. They just stay where they are because nobody gave them that confidence. So that's what we used to do back in the day. Oh, they went and got a job with a higher salary. And sometimes you had to fake it till you make it. Like a lot of people did not have the skills that were required, but they lied and said that they did, and they learned it real quick, or they faked knowing it and then they learned it once they got there because they trained you anyway. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, should you move to your parents after a breakup a few months? What? Do whatever you need to do because you know what? If you can save your money and you don't have to pay for anything and you're a girl, you know, it doesn't even matter. You can get what you want in 2 weeks from that. You can be living large in 2 weeks, a month, whatever, because you're a woman. A lot of people do that. But for a man, it's harder unless he's really focused on getting his money, saving, and doing the most. But for women, she could just meet someone and be like, "Mom, I'm moving to this mansion tomorrow," or "Mom, I'm moving to this nice area. I met some guy or whatever," or "Mom, this guy's getting me an apartment." Da, 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 so it's easier for women, especially if they know how to talk to guys. Okay. hmm You already tell them what they're going to do for you. You don't ask. You don't mention. You tell them how they seem like the type of guy, or you know that they're going to do something for you. You already know. So you don't ask. You don't do any. You don't wait around for months. You tell them what they're going to do for you, or s- you make them feel so like guilty, or you make them feel so not guilty, but you make them feel so I don't even know the word, but you make them want to do it by how you speak to them, you know. So, for example, like if you want them to buy you something or to give you some money, you could say something like this, you know what? I am so glad I met you. I've always wanted to meet a guy that takes care of their woman, make sure she has money, make sure she does this, make sure she does, and I can tell you're just that kind of guy. That's why I really like you. That's why I was so attracted to you. Then rub on them. Guess what? They're not going to tell you that you're wrong. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you don't really have to rub on them. You can just get near them. Okay. This is why instead of, dating online and things like that, you can't really get that type of, uh, you can't really do that as effective as you could in person. So, hmm so yeah, always have another one, and just in case you don't get what you want, that way you're not afraid to not get what you want because there's like three more chances if you got other guys. So it's just okay. Well, and then you get to say, okay, well, this didn't work. Let me try something different with the next person. Okay, well, that didn't work. And let me try something different with the next person. And then, oh my gosh, that works. So now you know what to do every single time. Now you got a lot of guys are different though. So you might have something that works with this person and it doesn't work with that person. So you got to make sure that you're paying attention to what works with what types of guys. That way, instead of having to go through three relationships, you literally just have to date three guys at the same time, get all that information. And so if you break up or leave any of those guys, then whoever you're dating next, you have three times the experience and knowledge than you would have if you had just dated one. So it's it's just smarter. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's very easy to get stuck in one place, not learn a lot, and then the next place you go, you didn't really learn too much. So you're like, okay, well, dating three, you're going to learn three times more. Okay. And a lot of women they can recognize something because they've seen it in so many people that now they can see the pattern straight away. They're like, okay, I see that. Okay, gang, 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 gang. They can point it out because if they're dating three at the same time and three of the guys try to use the same technique or same line or whatever, it's like, okay, I know that's not genuine. I know that's not real. So it's easier for you to know. What do you say when a man has options too? Good. Good. I'm glad you wanted to tell me that you have options. How you look like an elegant woman who welcomes money while being on a budget. Um, you can it's not the clothes. It's how you carry the clothes. It's okay. It's not the clothes at all. Like you could shop pretty much at goodwill and still look like you have more. How to ask a man if he's a provider. You tell him he's a provider. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You look like you pay bills, sir. Okay. And if they like you, they're gonna pay bills. Don't be afraid. Y'all are living too much fear. I say straight up. I'm like, you know what? You look like you paying bills. You want to pay some bills? I got five for you. So y'all be too nice. I just say you look like you paying bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So no matter what, do it like I always tell people, look, don't be afraid. Say what you want to say. Do what you want to do. If you don't like a certain situation, leave. You know, have more than one. After a breakup, he's still giving you money, calling, but you told him to stop because he's pursuing someone else. What's it mean? Girl, this is not a relationship channel. He's giving you what you want, then who cares? Sparkle, sparkle. If y'all gonna sit here and be sad and cry over guys because they're not doing what you want emotionally or whatever, then focus on the money instead. Okay. So maybe if you're just young and you want to experience all of that, then have one for all that lovey-dovey stuff, and then the other two for money. Okay. You said, is it okay to tell men you date your baby dad? No, that your baby daddy died, and you don't know date. Don't tell nobody nothing. Okay, ma'am. Don't tell nobody nothing if it consists of any of those words. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if you say it like that, I wouldn't. I'm just like, if I were the man, I would just say, you know why? Because whatever's getting ready to come out, no, it's not gonna make you sound any better. Okay. You might as well tell them you got corns and uh on your toes and your whole life story while you're at it, man. Why does he need to know? Is he taking your dead baby daddy on a date with you? Okay. Then who cares? Sprinkle, sprinkle. He told you a girl asked him for money from the second date without asking him about his opinion, and he blocked her. Girl, when a man says he blocked a woman for asking for money on the second date and stuff like that, he's broke. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That means he can't give it to her. He ain't got no money. And she probably blocked him for being broke. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever believe guys because they're always going to lie to you so that they can look a certain way. Okay. If y'all know guys lie and they're going to tell y'all about their ex or some other girl on a date, you going to believe them then? Because it's about another woman. You're going to believe them then, but you don't believe them when they're trying to tell you other stuff. They're always lying. So don't even wonder. What if you're out with a man in public date and another one comes asks for your number? Should you give it to them if the other one can't see? Sparkle, sparkle. The other one don't see you. You let them slip. They got to go old school and write it down and give it to you in your hand. Something. Okay. You've been on your level up journey for the last what? Anyway, hold on. Your confidence is really shaken. Huh? Girl, no one can shake your confidence, man. If you allow people to shake your confidence, you didn't have it in the first place. Okay. You have If you allow other people to affect your confidence, you don't have it. Okay. That's like saying you allow people to affect the money in your bank account or your savings account. They can't affect it if you ain't, if you don't have it. So you got to have it. No one can affect anything if you don't allow them to. So stop thinking like that. I always say, if you don't have confidence within, you're going to be fooled into thinking that it was taken from you somehow. You can't take something that you already have, that you were born with, that you create every day on your own. So you create your confidence on a daily basis. If you don't, guess what? That's on you. You said ugly baby mama keep throwing shade at me. Well, that just makes her look ugly and you look good. Sparkle, sparkle. Okay. All right. And I don't think that all women can look good. They put effort into their looks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't take what's already with you. How do you keep promises to yourself? Don't make them. Sparkle, sparkle. Men says he will help you with apartment situation and gifts. Nothing so far on trips, dinner. Then why do you believe men? Believe them until you get the other one that's going to do exactly what they said that they're going to. That way, when that one sees what the other one did, there's a competition. Sparkle, sparkle. They'd be like, "How you get that? I didn't give that to you. Somebody else did." Now they see that you can get it with or without them. So if they like you and they want to keep it, they're gonna be giving it to you too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They'll give you what you need if you can get it elsewhere. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I say always have more than one. Okay. Mhm. Don't make promises to yourself. You know, if you know you're not going to do something, don't even say you're going to do it unless you're just talking to talk. But people know who they are. People know if they're going to do something or not. Hmm. See, I'm not one of those people that are like if I say something, if I say that I'm going to do something, I'll say maybe, I might not. you know, and if I don't, or if I do, I don't feel bad about it. I don't care. So a lot of times, making promises to yourself is just like talking to yourself. Don't matter. Hmm. And what the heck? Why do men ask if you are dating, seeing someone else? Because they want you to sit there and lie to them. Sparkle, sparkle. They're going to be able to try to see if you're lying or not. They're going to want to see how you lie. What I'm saying is, they want to see what your face looks like when you lie, so that they can start to tell whether you're lying or not in the future. And so you tell them the truth. At this moment right now, that means if they're not here sitting next to us, then the answer is I'm only dating you right now, at this very moment. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be dating him in 2 minutes. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be dating him tomorrow. It just means at this very moment, while we are here, no. So you're literally telling the truth and lying at the same time. So they're not going to be able to tell. You telling the truth. So throw some extra words in there to trip them up and confuse them. That way they got to really think. I don't know what they mean, but okay. Watched a live. Okay. Da, da, da. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm trying to read what this says. Hold on. There's a super chat. Can I give you an example of how to get money on a second date? Well, first, you got to ask yourself, what type of guy is this? Does he even have the money? Also, how much does he like you? What is the percentage he's going to say yes if it's a good excuse? So do all of that and then come up with a proper thing to say to get him to give you money, such as, oh my gosh, I went and I saw that there something I really need done. And I just knew the perfect person to call who would help me. Like I was thinking, who can I call? And you are the first person that came to my mind. And guess what? I know you're going to help me. That's why I already know what you're going to do. You're so sweet. I know you're just that type of person. So then they're going to do it. Okay. You got to start off like that. Give them so much, like hype them up so much that they just going to do it. Hmm. And like if they feel like you're alone, for example, you can lie and say that you moved here from somewhere else and you don't know anyone in the city, and you're the only like one of the first people that they've met. They're more likely to help you because they feel sorry for you because you don't know anybody. So always just like, don't ever want to tell your entire truth unless your entire truth is going to help you get what you want. Now, if your entire truth is going to get you what you want, then you don't have to lie. But if you can create certain things that are going to help you get more money, like you could have been living in the city for a while. You could have a lot of people that you know, but he don't know that. You could have just moved there and don't know anybody. And guess what? He's gonna help you now because he's representing that city. So now he has to represent his city. He got to come to your rescue and help you, and he got to do all of that. Okay. So just you got to be. You have to know what to say. That's it. If they know everything about you, it's hard to get what you want. So you got to tell them little bits and pieces at a time to help you get exactly what you want. So, for example, listen, I'm not from here. I don't know anyone here. I just, I don't know where to go. I'm just so overwhelmed, and I couldn't think of anyone else to call and to help me except for you. So, what do you think? That's when you use your baby voice. You're trying to feel helpless. lost, confused. That's when you use your softer voice. Okay. You use your softer voice. And then they're like, oh, they're new to the city. They're so sad and confused and overwhelmed. Let me help them. That's all you got to do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said she thinks my presence will pay the bills. My presence at three places at one time will pay the bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Except I won't be paying the bills. You talk to 3 guys a day and you ain't got to pay no bills. Okay. Her voice is annoying as F. Lavinia, your name is annoying as F. I'm glad my name ain't that. Because I can change my voice. Anyway. If my voice is annoying to you, it means you have dust demons in your ear. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Go get them out. Mm-hmm. My voice has a frequency that gets rid of them. So you might need to go check that out. Got them dust demons in her ear. Okay. Okay. You said no. Anyway. I can't even. Lavinia, are you trans or a woman? I can't tell which one you are. Because you sound like you going to LGBTQ plus too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How are you going to talk that masculine and then talk trash about gay people when you sound like a man yourself? In the comments. You want to borrow one of my hats? Get the whole entire look. So I can take this off, fluff my hair out, and change clothes. What you doing? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If I see curse words, strong language, forceful comments, sounds like a man with a woman's name. Unless somebody named you that and you're a boy, then it's you. Okay. Let's see. She was a narcissist sociopath. Okay. Your mama should have taught you to be one too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Maybe y'all have a little bit more. For doing a little bit less. Shira can gather you without using vulgarity. Exactly. That's why I don't appreciate it. It's like you don't have the vocabulary, the skill, or the technique to tell a person how you feel unless you use vulgarity and curse words. It lets me know that I'm smarter than you. So I automatically have a superiority complex. Okay, sorry. You found your provider for real, girl? Found me one too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He got you a car? What should you do? What kind of car is it? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you're cursing, I know you're low level. You're low class. Sorry, or you just don't have any class at all. I'm not even talking to that. If you were a guy, I could understand if you were cursing, why you would be cursing, but I really wouldn't care or acknowledge it. If you're sitting up there cursing like that, I know you're not. We ain't in the same class. We ain't in the same league or nothing. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. This is why I don't have a lot of friends because I don't like people that curse. I don't like people that use profanity. I don't like any of that. Like, I don't want to be seen in public with you if your mouth is talking trash and we're in a nice place and you sound like a garbage mouth. I'm not talking to you. Okay, so y'all stay over there on the garbage channels and y'all gonna talk garbage. Okay. And look, no offense, I don't even know you. I don't know what you look like. I don't know anything about you. So guess what? Go tell someone who cares. Hmm. I'm over here trying to help people, and they're over here trying to curse people or curse them out or talk something about. Look, go click on someone else's channel. I am sure they would love to have you over there. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. On your level up, you lost what? Ah, sprinkle, sprinkle. Good for you. Okay. You say he want his money back, girl. I'm not answering the phone. The heck? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If somebody gave you money, they can't get it back. They gave it. They can't get it back unless they're going to, unless you're going to give them the money um, after you done flipped it 3 or 4 times and made twice as 3 4 times as much on it. But that's called an investment. So if they gave it to you as a gift, they can't get it unless. Okay, nope. How to make savings really fast when I'm broke. How to make savings? You know how to make savings, ma'am. How would you do anything when you're really broke if you're a woman? Women are never really broke because guess what? You're a woman. You ain't never gonna be broke. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're never going to be without. You're always gonna have what you want. Okay. You said make more than your crew either way. Crew? Are you working at McDonald's? Actually, McDonald's is not a bad job to work at when you're young. When you get to a certain age, you should be wanting more than that. Okay, unless you like, I might go buy me a McDonald's. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Best way to avoid personal questions while dating? Lie. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Okay. You you said who wants an old man? Nobody wants an old man, and except for when recession hits, except for when everything shut down after COVID, after when everybody lost their government job for what 3 weeks, that people was trying to get an old man in, and to whatever is in the future. I'm sure an old man gonna come in handy sooner or later. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Look, y'all remember the pandemic, y'all? Y'all remember how many of us was out there gold digging and have no worries in the world? Didn't care if we lost a job, didn't care about anything because we had all the men paying our bills. We was having the time of our lives. We was having fun. We was doing whatever we want. We was like, I don't know what y'all talking about. We paid. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He's so annoying and always in his feelings. Well, he might, I don't know what to tell you. He might be on his period. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. So, yeah. Don't nobody want an old man until they young man lose their little job and can't do nothing. Old man got savings, 401k, Aflac, all of that. Social Security, safety deposit box. Keep going. What y'all got? A video? What they got? A Nintendo Switch and some basketball shorts. Y'all have fun with that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Guess he could take it to the pawn shop. Take you to the Chinese buffet or something. I don't know. Oh, I'm telling you. Look, if y'all don't believe, go back and watch my videos. I kept telling y'all gonna need y'all old man. Y'all to get guess what? Pandemic hit. Everybody was glad. I'm so glad I found this channel when I did. I ain't got to worry about that. All my bills paid. And then I told them again, this is what's gonna happen. You need to get your little business started. No, I'm gonna depend on da 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 da. No, why not depend on yourself and an old man? That way you can have extra. And if nothing happens, guess what? Upgrade your vehicle, upgrade your home, upgrade your furniture, do something. Don't struggle. You said old man ain't giving you nothing. Give me money when I'm in need, even though I'm a trifling friend indeed. Okay. You have to know how to talk to them. No, you gotta know how to talk to them. You said men these days devalue women. They do this by not trying to impress us anymore. Women are attached to men who make an effort, men who make gestures, men who make dating on an adventure. So you can't devalue a woman as a man. Like a man cannot devalue a woman unless the type of man that the woman wants next is not like the type of man that she was with last. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Cindy-O want to date you, girl. That's old, girl. You don't want to, but you don't understand his jokes. Just laugh anyway, girl. Tell him to say it again. Tell him to tell you the joke again. That way you got time to think of listen again. You're like, okay, this time I gotta listen. And then you can learn to decipher and interpret what he's saying. Y'all know those who live it, those what? Y'all know. Gotta listen hard. You need to get your phone and put that the thing that automatically writes when it's recording. You need to put that on and see what the words come out looking like. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Mm. Ew. You said ew, you're gonna get worms from an old man. Old people go to the doctor so much, they can't have the worms. We got a doctor's appointment every other week. They got anything, it's gone. That's for them low budget old people that ain't got no insurance. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We only dealing with the best. Okay. Do men care about scars? Not if they can't see them. If they old, when you old, you can't see nothing that unless it's a big scar. But when they old, they can't see nothing like that. They like they can't see that good, especially if it's a small scar. They can't see that. They can't see stretch marks either. They can't see barely anything. Just dim the lights a little bit. Get a distracting color, like some brightly colored lipstick or something, and it's just gonna draw all the attention to here instead of the other place. They can't see it anyway. You know, when you get to a certain age, the vision ain't no 20/20. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, having the old guys easy. They don't care. You don't need to get no BBL. You don't need to get your body done. You don't need to worry about no stretch marks or no scars. They gonna pay either way. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why? Because they can't see it anyway. Like, it's like having a filter with no filter, especially if they wear glasses. You already know they can't really see. Okay. What's the best advice to give a married couple to stop arguing? Find something to laugh about. They always say the best thing to do when you have issues in a marriage is to talk about times where you didn't have issues in a marriage, or a time where you were, have fun or whatever. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And it'll distract you and it reminds you why you're with someone. Okay. Hmm. Why is there men in the chat? I don't know. You got me. I don't know why they in the chat. You know why? They're in the chat because instead of clicking on that video on how to get some money, how to make some money, they decided to click on this one because they look so good. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I mean, I know it's hard to resist, guys. I know y'all don't like what I say, but y'all had to click. Oh, she looking good. Let me click. Guys, just put some ear plugs in your ear and just watch. Like, watch me lip talk. If you don't like what I'm saying, I don't mind you clicking if you just trying because you like what you saw on the thumbnail. Because I guarantee you, if I had on a bonnet, you would not have clicked. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If I had no makeup on and a bonnet, you would not have clicked. So that's why they're here, ladies, because they could not resist any of this. The men are here because they want to find rich men too. Oh, okay. Sure, when you listen to when you listen to me, you feel more confident and feel like you are, yeah. You should already feel like that by yourself, ladies. It shouldn't take me. Let me tell y'all, if you don't feel this way on your own, it's not real for you. So you need to learn how to feel that way on your own. How do you get a man to marry you? Girl, tell him you don't want to marry him. That's the first thing you're gonna try to do. Get married. You be like, so why don't you want marriage? So you don't really think about marriage? So why I'm not good enough for marriage? They're gonna be like that when you tell them you don't want marriage. I don't want a marriage. I'm already married. I don't need another one. I mean, beside dude. Or if you're single, ladies, if y'all are single, definitely don't tell men you're trying to rush into marriage because that will mess up their entire game. If you tell them you don't want marriage, you mess up their whole game. It's like, I don't want marriage. Don't need marriage. Need these bills paid though. I don't know if you're even husband material. Can you pay bills? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Old men are trying to do the same thing young men are doing too. And they what? You laugh at your man's jokes if you want some money. If they're funny or if you want some money, ma'am, yes. Concerned if you're not working, if there's somebody interested. Da, 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 da. Honestly, that's too many questions. Like when I was younger, men didn't care about that stuff. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Like no one cared if you were going after the right target. If you were going after the right type of guy, they're not gonna ask you if you where you work, if you look good. They don't care where you work. You gotta look good because they're not gonna care where you work because they already know you ain't finna pay for nothing. Period. It's like I don't care where you work because I know you ain't finna pay for nothing. As long as you doing stuff that's not, illegal, are you good? Okay. Now they care if you work because they don't have no money or they want your money. Back in the day, men didn't ask dumb questions like that, especially if you looked good. They would never ask where you work. I can't even remember when a guy asked where I worked, except for like maybe a few times when I was younger. They don't ask that question. They didn't ask that question back then. They do now because they need your money or they want you to pay or they want to do this or they want 50-50. You know what? It was refreshing when a man didn't never have to ask you. Okay. Yeah, if you ask me where I'm work, I'm turned off. I'm turned off. Don't worry about where I'm working because if you're the right one, I won't be working for long. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I would just be so crazy with it though. Like, doesn't matter where I'm working. If we really like each other, I'm gonna be working for long anyway. And see the audacity to say such a thing is so bold that a man may just love that about you. They be like, yes, she knows what she wants. Ain't afraid to say it. She's gonna say it to somebody and they're gonna actually give that to her because they know that line is just so bold. It's gonna take the type of man that's gonna say, let's go. And somebody will, I promise you. You may use that line on 5 guys. One of them gonna tell you, you know what? You're right, you ain't got to work. So don't be afraid. We weren't afraid. We were bold back then. That's how we got what we wanted. Well, at least I was bold. But others. What if their parents ask where you work? I'm not talking to their parents. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If their parents ask me where I work, I'm like, you know what? I'm in the process of starting my own business soon. That means I don't work nowhere and you'll still pay any bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And most mothers already know if you look good, the son paying the bills. Okay. If you if you're pretty, the mother already knows the answer to the question. She don't even need to ask. So, and nowadays, when a mother gets like talks and asks, "Well, what do you do?" or "Where do you work?" Da 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 da. It comes off a little bit as not thinking that you're good enough for her son or jealousy or something like that. So a lot of moms don't want to come across like that. So they don't really say anything and they don't ask the questions because they already know. Mhm. Mhm. You said when moms meet you, they bow out gracefully. Exactly. Like, uh-uh. Only because you know why? If you're not the type of woman that is there to impress their mother, there's nothing to be done. You're not there to impress their mom. So nothing she's gonna say or do is gonna matter anyway. What the more effective manipulation or honesty? Neither. A combination of both is very effective. Okay. That's how they sell stuff online. That's how they sell stuff on TV. That's how they sell stuff in commercials. They mix the lie with the truth. So you don't know what it is. And guess what? Y'all know how like y'all used to have Temu and Wish.com, and y'all see all the stuff on Wish.com and Temu, and you, ooh, that's good. Let me order that. When you get it, you like, it kind of looked like that. I guess it looked like that with the right lighting. If you iron it or steam it or take it to the cleaners, instead it comes in like this bag and it's all wrinkled up and looks thin when you open it. That's not what it looked like. Girl, they steam that thing, put different lights on it. And, oh, Kyra, sprinkle, sprinkle. So yeah, it's like that. You got to mix lies with truth. That way you got true lies. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said how to be more approachable. It just depends on where you are, like what you're doing. Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. Thanks for super chat. You said your man only wants to provide if you share your location and do his errands. What do you think? Do you work for DoorDash, ma'am? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because if you work for DoorDash, you can be getting paid to do that as well, and tips from every single person that you do an errand for. So every time you do one errand, you get tip. So I think DoorDash, you might make more money doing that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you gonna be his personal DoorDash woman? I don't think so. Pay you to run his errands. I better be driving a nice car and be able to buy some stuff for me too while I'm on them errands. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Look, you send me on some errands in a nice car and your credit card. I'm coming back with more stuff for me than for you. So I don't know. It might not be very lucrative to him. Okay. You said a man said he would pay your car note under his name. You got up and left because you don't agree. How should I make him see that that's foul? So he wants to put the car in his name. Okay. And that's the only way he's going to pay the car note. It might not be right, but it's an idea. Well, I don't know. He don't seem like he trusts you. So what I would do is I would get the car in his name, and every time he gives me money for the payments, I'm putting that money towards a down payment for my own car in my name. Okay. And so in about 3 months, ain't no you might have enough, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And if you really say, I want to pay this off fast, let's double the payments. You really be good. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you collect a couple of months of payments and towards your other car. Give, yeah, that's it. He said the car gonna get repossessed. Or if you want to drag that out a little bit longer, you do 1 month you pay, 1 month you don't. 1 month you pay, 1 month you don't. Sprinkle, sprinkle, drag it out. Honestly, don't you shouldn't have to do that unless you don't want to see that person anymore and you're just trying to get your money. Your husband can't pay your bills. Should you leave and get a second man? Yeah, that's called having a side dude. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What would you do if you looked through your husband's phone and found him sending friends videos of naked women? I really wouldn't care because they ain't my friends. Honestly, I'm too busy for that. And if that's all that they're doing, I don't care. It's not bothering me. The bills paid. I got the nice house I want. I don't care. At least they're not sending naked men. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. I'll be mad if I found something else. That's normal. I said that's a trap. Like, yeah, I wouldn't care. Do what you got. Look through their phone. I'm not. Why would I look through their phone? Unless I'm trying to. If I'm going through their phone, I'm sending myself some money. I'm not looking for no emails and pictures and who they talking to. I'm looking for the Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, whatever. Y'all crazy. Y'all look at the stupid stuff. You could be getting, what you really need. And if they say something about it, then say something about the other thing after you done sent yourself some money. Then you go look over there. I paid myself to forget. I paid myself to forget. That's why your Cash App looking like that. Don't even ask. Don't ask, don't tell. All right. Like, you know what? You're right. Don't say nothing. What's your favorite way of disassociating from a horrible environment? I've never been in a horrible environment. I don't know. I couldn't tell you because I ain't ever put myself in a horrible environment. Can you share what are some level up feminine perfumes? Thanks. You feel like what women like and what's trendy is not really what men like. Yeah, what's trendy smells like a man. That baccarat, that smells just like a man. It's trendy. You can smell it. It's very distinctive. It doesn't smell feminine. So It just smells trendy. You want to get a classic type of perfume. I don't know what kind you like. Get something classic and expensive. Always. That way, when that Baccarat go out of style, or whenever whatever trendy perfume goes out of style, when something literally goes out of style, it stinks when you smell it again. So, if something is super super trendy, in a couple of months from now, it's going to stink to most people. So, you don't want the memory of stank on you, do you? So, don't go for the trends unless it's like very sparingly. Okay. You said Baccarat is classic, but it's trending right now. That's what I'm saying. It's trending right now. So if it was not trending and not everybody had it on and they didn't have so many replicas and fakes of it, and you didn't, they weren't spraying it from the carts in the malls and in a different bottle, it may be like different. But since everybody's wearing it, it loses its effect. So go for stuff that's not super trendy. Is what I'm saying. That is classic. Hmm. And also depends on what type of man you're trying to get. You know what I'm saying? Older men like certain types of perfumes versus younger men. Okay. Like if you smell like a candy store and the old man is old and you smelling like some little kid, they're not gonna want you. You gotta smell like a grown woman. Okay. So also y'all need to remember that. Because a lot of women don't know this. They think, oh, I'm gonna smell like candy and sugar and flowers. That's why them old men be like, you too young for me. You smell like, the Easter basket that I got the grandkids. So you gotta have something that's very, classic that doesn't smell like a child or like a teenager. You need to have something that smells like a woman. Okay, because I saw a lot of y'all don't know this, but like sometimes that turns a man off if they're older. Like, what's smell like a candle in here? What's somebody baking some cookies? No, that's not what you want to smell like. Then he's gonna try to make you cook if you smell like food. If you want some new perfume, wear some stanky perfume. That's another tip, y'all. If you want some new perfume, wear some stanky perfume. He's like, ooh, what's that smell? That's my perfume. Do you like it? Mm-mm. No. Well, you buy me some new perfume. Okay, I will. What kind do you want? Okay, y'all gotta learn. Y'all go buy the stankiest perfume y'all can find. You like, what's that perfume you got on? Oh, you do you like it? No, it's okay. I'm gonna buy you some more perfume. So that's another way. Get you some. If you want something new, if you want gifts, wear or have the stuff that they don't like. If you want some new clothes, wear some ugly clothes, or wear some stuff they don't like. If you want some new shoes, wear some different shoes that they don't like. If you want some flats and they're short, wear some heels. Okay, trying to help y'all. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so much taller than you with these shoes. My feet are starting to hurt. Oh, there's a store over there. I bet you they have some cute flats or sandals or whatever you're trying to get. Whatever shoe you trying to get. Okay, wear the super duper high heels, tower over them, then suggest that they buy you some flats. Free shoes. Wear some stanky perfume. Suggest that they buy you some perfume that smells good. Okay. Wear some ugly looking color or clothes that everybody's gonna be like looking at when you're out and about with them so that they can take you shopping. Okay? That's how you do that. When they comment on your clothes, like, oh, I haven't been shopping in so long, I just don't have the budget for it. Well, I can take you shopping. I'll buy you something. Get you some old, go to the thrift store, y'all, and buy you something that looks totally outdated and old, like grandma looking, and wear that out on the date. And then when they say, oh, you would look better if you wore this, and that, or, uh, you know, they'll take you shopping if you look like you don't have clothes to date with. Okay. All right. Mhm. If you, okay, or you can look super beautiful, right? If you want some good money, like if you want some money, look super beautiful and get you some ugly looking glasses, okay, and put them on. And ruin the whole look. And no offense to people that wear glasses. I wear glasses sometimes, but get you some like glasses that just clash with whatever you have on. Just like you would be like, oh my gosh, who is that beautiful woman? Except you got these nerdy or ugly looking glasses on. It just ruins the whole look. Then you tell him you need some contacts. Well, how much are your contacts? $500? Okay. Yeah. All right. Could you shed some advice on how to bring up you wear? Why would you tell a man you wear wigs? Sprinkle, sprinkle, that makes no difference. They don't need to know unless they're finna buy you a wig. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The only time they should ever know you wear wigs is when they paying for one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Take them to the beauty supply shop. Put it on the counter. They'll know. Say, there's something I really must tell you. Would. Okay. I don't know how to say this. Oh, let's go in here real quick. Gotta get something. And put the wig on the counter and say, can you buy me this wig? I wear wigs. That's it. That's how they're gonna find out when they're paying for one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So what if you want money? You gotta get very creative. Okay, I gotta go in a few minutes, but y'all gotta get creative. Like all these things that I start telling y'all, y'all can't come up with something similar. Y'all can't do something similar in your mind. So I'm just saying, get creative with it. I always tell people, make them think it's their idea or that they're really, wanting you to have whatever it is that you're having, that you want. So, like I said, look extra good and put them nerdy glasses on. Tell them you need contacts. You're gonna pay for them. Okay. You want money. Talking about the funeral that comes later on. Like if you want to have the fake funeral, that's later on, not right away. You say you can't stand cheap perfume. Should you still talk to another dude just for emotional connection and stay with my provider? It depends because, like, if you have an emotional connection with somebody, they need to have money too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They need to be giving you something because you can't emotionally connect to someone that can't do anything for you. Otherwise, you're just going to be mad at yourself. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm talking to this guy. He can't do anything for me. So when you get to a certain age, if a man can't do anything for you, if they can't give you no money, then you don't feel an emotional connection. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm, at least I can't. I don't know. You said how to have options if men literally don't approach you. Well, you have to go to the right places to get approached. You know, depends on where you are. There's some places you can go and never get approached. But you go to the type of place, you're going to get approached. It just depends on where you go. That's why some people live in certain areas because they don't want to always constantly be approached. So if you live in a certain type of area where men aren't like that, and then you drive to an area where men are more aggressive, or not in a bad way, but more, likely to approach when you want to be approached, you know where to go. Okay. So should you tell prospective side dudes that you're already married? They don't care if you're married, sparkle, sparkle. Yeah, you just be wasting your breath. I mean, you could tell them if you want to, but they don't care. They probably prefer it. Okay. Um, so yeah, we don't like, is there such a thing as spending too much money? If you don't have it, yeah. If you don't have it and you're not making it back, like if you don't have the money or you're not earning that same amount of money or more that you're spending, then that's when it's an issue. Okay. What's your thoughts on side babies? Side babies. Is the man rich? The side babies, if they rich, it's not a problem because you can have a side baby too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Men and women can have side babies. You know why? Because if he can, you can. Like, okay, guess what? I'm pregnant. Your girlfriend pregnant. Maybe we can have our baby showers together. I'm gonna invite my side baby daddy. You can invite your side baby mama. We can have some side baby showers. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, because a lot of people don't like it. If more women started having side babies, men will stop, or at least they would try not to. What you going to the country club and about to sip some mimosa? No, actually, I'm about to go change these clothes and go pick up my kids from school. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I'll see y'all later. Thanks everyone who sent the super chats. You said I'm being serious. I'm just telling y'all how to if y'all want somebody that's morally ethical, that's gonna be politically correct and say the stuff y'all need to hear, it ain't this channel. Okay. Y'all keep getting it confused with them other people. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not going to tell you what the politically or moral answer is. That is not what the channel is for. Okay. If that's what y'all are looking for, which I don't think y'all are, y'all know where to go find that fake stuff at. All right. I'll see y'all on the next one.